is 4 o'clock. We'll bring to you the news around Africa. Ivory Coast former President Laurent Gbagbo will remain in detention after judges at the International Criminal Court (ICC) rejected his lawyer's request for a provisional release. The judges said that Mr. Gbagbo was a flight risk and that his network of supporters could aid him to obstruct or endanger trials proceeding if he were released. They said that his lawyers failed to propose concrete and solid conditions that would ensure Mr. Gbagbo's continued presence at the trial. The former leader is accused of 4 counts of crimes against humanity, including murder, rape, persecution, and other inhumane acts allegedly committed during post-electoral violence between 16 December 2010 and 12 April 2011, when Gbagbo refused to accept defeat by rival Alassane Ouattara. His rival began in January 2016. This week, prosecutors called former Army Chief Philippe Mongol to give evidence. Civil society groups in Togo have clubbed together to form a coalition called Togo Citizens Stand Up. They plan to play a much more active role in ongoing demonstrations calling for constitutional reform, says group spokesperson David Dosey. He says violence against protesters is what spurred them into action. Members of Togo's Citizens Stand Up reject claims that they are a tool of Togo's opposition parties, which have mobilized a string of protests since last month, attended by hundreds of thousands of citizens. The opposition wants the president to quit power and also wants a return to the 2-term limit on presidential mandate set out in the country's 1992 constitution. The government responded to the opposition's call for reform by proposing a maximum of 2 presidential terms, but it has refused to make the legislation proactive, meaning that it would not apply to incumbent President Faure Gnassingbé, only his successors. The African Union Commission (AUC) has expressed the inclusion of Chad in the revised U.S. travel ban list. It said that the decision was unjust given the country's important role in the fight against terrorism in the Lake Chad Basin, northern Mali, and the Sahel. Citizens of Chad are now banned from gaining U.S. business and tourist visas. 7 other countries are also affected by the ban: Libya, Somalia, Iran, Syria, Yemen, North Korea, and Venezuela. The AUC statement, however, welcomed the removal of Sudan from the U.S. travel ban list. It added that it was looking forward to the full normalization of relations between the 2 countries. A 5-year-old Nigerian boy who was seriously injured when he was run over by Boko Haram militants 3 years ago has taken his first steps since. The Islamic militants drove over Ali Amadu's back on a motorbike as he tried to flee with his mother from an attack on their village Chibok. Ali is now working again after having spinal cord surgery in Dubai. The operation was funded by a Nigerian charity which raised about $60,000 for his treatment. Ali is expected to stay in Dubai for about 3 months while he undergoes further physical therapy and rehabilitation exercises. A Kenyan government official who was injured in an attack by Al-Shabaab militants in the coastal county of Lamu has died, privately owned. Maria El Mawe was undergoing treatment in South Africa following the attack on 13 July in which 3 people were killed. She had been abducted by the militants before being rescued by Kenyan security forces shortly after. At least 13 people have been killed and several others reportedly missing in western Uganda following a rainstorm. The police say the victims include 2 babies. Rwanda District Police Commander Ramathan Tai said officers in the rural town of Fasha do not know how many people are unaccounted for. Rwanda and neighboring districts in western Uganda have been hit by heavy rainstorms over the last week. Local media reported last week that 2 infants died after flood water inundated a hospital in nearby Rukungiri districts. And that's Where's Africa Today. I am Ololade Sanyaolu. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon.